Karnataka State 10th Standard Social Sciences Syllabus. The chapter to be covered today is Consumer Education and Protection. This is the last chapter in this syllabus. I would cover all the salient aspects of this lesson in my talk today. You can attend to my lesson. In the meanwhile, for all clarifications or points that get asserted and you have to study again, you can refer to the textbook. I too will go according to the scheme given in the textbook. Let me start off. Here, two key words we should understand to begin with. The two words are users and providers. Today it is a very complex world. We purchase lot of things. We utilize lot of services. In the meanwhile, we either sell goods or we provide others with various kinds of services. A teacher teaches. A doctor diagnoses his patient and provides the needed medical service. A mason constructs the building. You go to the shop and you purchase groceries. If you grow coconuts in excess of your requirement, you will be selling the coconuts in the market. You are a farmer. You grow rice and wheat. You don't need whatever you grow in toto. You sell it. So the world is full of the practices of using or getting the service. On the other hand, selling or providing service to others. Those who use the goods and services are called as consumers. We are all consumers in the sense we use lot of goods produced by others. We use variety of services in the current world. As against users, we have the other term, providers. You have to understand these two terms very well. The persons who supply goods and services to the rest of the society, they are called as providers. Instead of the word supply, you can even use the word provide. We provide services. I teach you. I provide you the service of getting educated, learning new things. So we come across two key points to begin with: users and providers. Let me move ahead now. Traders and producers are expected to produce quality goods. It's a key aspect, and we all know it well. You sell bananas in the market. If your bananas are good and are of quality, they get sold out well. If they are decaying, they cannot be used. There is no point in selling it in the market. You can come under rebuke. People make fun of you. What for have you brought and you are selling these, they will ask. So the society expects, always the society expects quality goods. Let us remember it. That too, in this 21st century, As people get educated all over, everyone expects quality, good service, goods of quality to be sold in the market. And whatever services you provide, they too should be of the best quality. Here, as you go around in the society, you find lots of people cheat you. These cheats are there everywhere. That's why I say there are lots of police stations. If there were no cheaters at all, there were no cheats at all, there were no people who were dishonest, there would not have been any need for law and order at all. Everything would have been calm and quiet. So those who cheat, they have to be punished. They cheat the consumers. Movements by social organizations try to bring this under control. When you find lots of people start cheating, you go and file a complaint in the station. Or people come together and they start protesting against whatever mistrust you come upon. So social organizations come into picture. They start fighting for the right quality in the market. You call them as consumer associations or consumer markets. This consumer protest or consumer associations, first of all, they came into picture in the United States of America. Now we find them everywhere. In every city, every village, everywhere we find people coming into groups, associations, and trying to protest against any injustice that gets done to them. In India, these consumer associations started in the year 1956. It was called then the Indian Association of Consumers. Those who consume goods or services, they come together and they form an association and they protest. They may have the backup of law or may not have the backup of law. But whatever efforts were put in 1956 did not come of much use. The association formed then did not function well. It did not produce the right result. So, next 2 decades, we do not find a big consumer movement in India. But in the year 1965, you find an association by name Aware coming into focus in our country. Aware, A-W-A-R-E. The full form was the Association of Women Against Rising Expenses. Wherever traders charge you more or goods are for sale in the market for a higher rate than what is justified, people started protesting, that too mainly the women. Women started forming associations. One of the key associations that came into picture was Aware then. That's the Association of Women Against Rising Expenses. Whatever I am explaining now, you need not put too much of effort in to note down. You can listen to my video once again later. Even after this program is over, you can play it again. It will be available. Then you can go through the text. In the text, each and every aspect I explained here, you find it in vivid detail there. Now, let us come to consumer exploitation. The very purpose of this chapter The objective of this chapter is to become aware of consumer exploitation and take the needed measures to see that we protect, we guard ourselves against any consumer exploitation. I need not explain the word what exploitation is. You know it well. Exploitation is a word which is very much in use everywhere. The consumer gets tortured. The consumer gets drawn into a lot of problems. He feels that he is being cheated at each and every level. He is not getting what he should get by way of quality. Unnecessarily, he is being asked to pay a higher price. So he has to be very careful. This is one of the skills that any citizen has to develop to face life. You should know, you should learn the various skills where you can guard yourselves against any exploitation to which you may get subjected to. Let's see what all kinds of exploitations do we find. Say earlier, if you go back 100 years or 200 years or 500 years, people used to sell, people who were in need used to purchase. Services were there, sales of goods too was there. But there was direct link between the producer and the consumer. On one side, the producer, one who grows rice and wheat or jowar. On the other side, those who want to purchase it. So there was a direct link between the consumer and the producer. But as years advanced, we find a new element coming in between the producer and the consumer. The society started becoming more and more complex. So we find agents entering in between the producer and the consumer. You call him agent or you call him middleman. The middleman, they build a bridge begins between the producer and the consumer. You cannot do away with them. Things get produced, say in North India, they come to sale in South India. You make a lot of wooden toys, you want to get them sold. To get them sold out in the market, there will be the middleman. So you need not leave your factory and go out. You go on producing, and the middleman will take up the responsibility of seeing that these toys reach foreign countries and you have a good market. So these middlemen or agents became extremely important in trade, whether it's in the local society or in the world forum. So the middlemen now started fixing the price. They started saying that this is the price I would fix. This is the price at which I'll purchase these goods from you. And as he sells it to the market, he will fix the price. This is the price at which I will sell the goods. The middleman became all the more important. Without middlemen, the trade cannot continue at all. So with these, consumers' problems too started. Producers' problems too started. The agents, the middlemen started controlling business. They started fixing the prices. The middlemen became rich. The middlemen became active. And the middlemen played an important role in this entire business. Okay, we will not go into details, but whenever there's a problem, somehow a solution will also appear. We may tolerate the problem for some time, then in a technologically well advanced global picture like that of today, we have a beautiful solution that has come up. I think most of you might have guessed what it is. It is teleshopping. Teleshopping. What a beautiful concept, children. Say, producers produce, and there's no need for the middleman at all. The producer will sell the goods to the users directly. From the producers, from the users, it goes to the consumers directly. So the middlemen disappear here. Thereby we have started getting various goods by way of teleshopping at a much cheaper price. In the beginning, people might have thought it's costly, but not at all. It's one way of seeing that we get goods at a much lower price than that of the local market. So prices started getting slashed. The middlemen had to quit now. So teleshopping is a developmental branch or a big gain that traders got by way of information technology. It is the gift of information technology, IT, to the society. Consumer can sit at home. If you want to put it in a common man's language, I can say a consumer can sit at home and directly sell the goods to the provider, can sell it to the user, or the consumer can directly get it from the trader. It's a beautiful idea. Whatever profit the middlemen used to earn, that has got eliminated. So here, how do we do teleshopping? By way of internet, SMS, or telephone. By telephone, you can place the order. And when should you make the payment? The payment you can make after the delivery of goods at your door. As the goods come to your door, you may have to make the payment. You need not make the payment beforehand and get cheated. Goods come, at that time you can pay. So teleshopping is a big gift that mankind has today because of the IT or information technology. And the consumer has become the king today. Really is the king now in a free enterprise economy. Today it's a free enterprise. Why? You can't be forced by anyone to purchase something. The whole world market is before you. Consumers cannot be neglected. But whatever you purchase, you have records. You can file cases. You can't be exploited. You can't be cheated. So you have become the king. And you know from where you have purchased. Everything is on record because you purchase it through the modern internet system. Now, consumer buys or hires goods. Sometimes you hire, sometimes you buy. He avails services for a consideration called price or wages. If you pay it off, then it's price. Or it may be wages for the services you provide. Goods purchased may be for self-use or it may be meant for resale even. If it's for your self-use, you purchase a dictionary, you place order with a bookshop in Delhi and you get it. It may be for self-use. Or you may place orders for dozens and dozens of dictionaries and you may sell locally in your market. That is resale. Those goods are meant for resale. Now here, a key point we discussed just now, it is about consumer protection. Consumers should not get exploited. This exploitation is something which goes with market. When there's a market, there's exploitation too. One has to guard himself against all that. Hence, we need consumer rights. Here comes the need and object to study this chapter. This chapter you have the study of consumer education and protection, because you're all going to be the grown-ups. You have to interact with the society. You have to purchase as well as sell goods and services. You have to be careful. You have to guard your interests too. So consumer rights is an area wherein we should have the minimum knowledge that's required. So government too brought into force Consumer Protection Act. Unless there is a law, unless there is an act, how can you protect yourself? You get subjected to exploitation from all sides. It's the fear of this Consumer Protection Act that will keep all organizations, associations, industries, and the markets on their heels. They'll be worried in case they are caught exploiting somebody. They may be drawn to consumer courts tomorrow. Now we have more than 30 acts. More than 30 acts are there. To name a few: Essential Commodities Act, Essential Commodities Act. Unnecessarily you cannot store. You cannot have a stockpile. Even if you store, you have to keep it informed to the government that you have so many bags of wheat with you, or so many bags of jova with you. Or now, as it is the period wherein COVID-19 is spreading everywhere, you cannot keep even the important drugs that are needed in the market. No pharma house can make a stock of it. You can't store oxygen cylinders. Remdesivir drug, you can't store because it's required in the market. Unnecessarily you can't store, or you can't store keeping in mind that you can make money tomorrow when there's a shortage in the market. Weights and Measures Act. Whether a 1 kg weight that is being used by a grocer is really 1 kg or it's only 950 grams. You go without any guard. You think he is honest, but every time you purchase, you get only 950 grams and not 1 kg. So there's an act wherein authorities, they ride shops and check the weights and measures there and find out whether they are of the required weight or not. Adulteration of food articles. Adulteration is a big nuisance in the market today. Almost every stuff gets adulterated. They adulterate them. Tea powder is adulterated. Milk is adulterated. Butter is adulterated. Pharma products are adulterated. Everything, because there's money in it. There's profit in it. In order to make quick profits, dishonest men who do not have, humans who do not have a commitment to the society, they go off guard and start cheating people. And you have adulteration there, adulteration of food articles. So the Consumer Protection Act of 1986, I call it a very, very significant one. Consumer Protection Act. All of you should remember this. 1986, a very significant act is there in our country today, which gives you enough protection against maybe adulteration, dishonesty, or cheating. From all these angles, you are given the needed protection. March 15th, the entire world celebrates March 15th as the World Consumers Day. As we have Children's Day, Women's Day, we have Consumers Day too. A day meant for consumers, a day meant for educating consumers. It doesn't mean we don't educate them the rest of the days of the year, but these days, this particular day, March 15th, is specially earmarked for educating consumers. Conferences are held, rallies are held, meetings are held, programs are broadcasted on the TV and radio for people to know about the importance the consumers have to be provided the protection they need. Here, mainly four rights have been highlighted. Four rights of consumers. These four rights were actually put forth before the world by John F. Kennedy, the well-known American president. They hold good all over the world even today. In our country too, we give lot of importance to the rights of consumers from these four angles. Which are those rights? One is right to safety. Right to safety. Second one, right to choose. You have a right to choose. You go to a saree shop or a cloth shop or you go to market. You can choose what you need. You have that right. Right to information. You can ask them number of questions. You want to purchase a TV. You can put dozens of questions and try to know what that particular TV stands for. Why should you go for that TV? How is it different from other TVs? You can ask. You can find out details. The shopkeeper cannot say, I'm sorry, I cannot explain you. If you want to purchase, you purchase or just quit. He cannot say. You have a right to know. Right to be heard. When you have complaints, when you have problems, you can go to the person who has provided you the goods and ask him to clear your problems. So when you have problems, you can always go and ask for rectification. You can threaten him that you will get him prosecuted. I'll have to go to the court of law. If you don't hear me, if you don't give me an alternate item for this, or give a changeover, or make the needed repairs, or set it right to my satisfaction, I may have to approach and file a case in the consumer court. You have every right for all these. So, right to safety, right to choose, right to information, and right to be heard. Okay, what are the major objectives here? Why should we have Consumer Act? What are the major objectives? How does it help us? We'll take this aspect now. It's very important. It's not something which we can just ignore. Hey, it's there like any other act, it's there. Why should we be worried? Tomorrow, you may be a person who is very much in need of protection under the Consumer Act. It may be your own case. Then you will be able to get your grievance redressed if you know the computer or this Consumers Act very well. If you know Consumers Act, you can produce. There are even lawyers who help you from this regard. Or you can go through a Consumers Act book and you can know the details. You can fight the case. As a citizen, you have every right to fight the case. You should. I had once got a refrigerator from a company. The refrigerator came. Afterwards, I did not hear from the company at all. Somebody came, he fixed it and left. Within a week, I had the problem that the refrigerator started shaking to and fro. The shaking was something which would make you get dreaded. Lot of sound. Even my neighbors would hear and ask, "What is that sound?" And it started almost moving back and forth, back and forth. The ground was all right, everything was fine. I tried to get the grievance redressed, but the local trader did not come. I sent the complaint. They said from the head office, they sent a note and asked the local trader to come and rectify. He just came and ignored. He said, "Hey, it's all from these cannot be addressed. You have already purchased it. What is it? You can't complain like this, and your ground is not proper." That's earlier, whatever I had did not give any problem at all. Actually, the refrigerator should not produce that much sound. Then I threatened the trader that I will go to the consumer court. He immediately informed the stop. Then they rushed. Within a week, that refrigerator was removed and a new refrigerator was brought and fixed there. It did not give me any problem. It was perfectly all right. Then one of their own people said, "It was a rejected one, sir. They repaired it and they tried to push it to you. It's good that you fought. You should have done and you got it done." He was my local trader who came and told me, "You fought it and you succeeded, sir." Why I told you, you should know how important consumer act to you when you go for big purchases and all. Otherwise, you get totally cheated. Now let us see the major objectives. I gave you one example from this instance to ensure quality goods. Whenever you purchase medicines or grocery or vegetables, whatever it may, you have a right to get quality goods and quality services. The Act, Consumer Act, accords you importance for safety and quality. Safety. It should be safe. You should not get jeopardized that you meet with some accident because the item you have purchased is of a poor quality. You should be able to avoid production and sale of dangerous goods. Highly dangerous goods, what you should not possess at all. He should not have got it sold to you. Or prevention of trade malpractices. You get cheated. You come to know only later. Later you come to know. The one who has supplied you cannot just shirk off his responsibility and say, "Hey, the sale is over. In no way we are responsible." Or my item is perfectly all right. Whatever has happened, it's because of your fault. You have not used it properly, that's why it must have surfaced. Supervision on quality, weights, measures, and price. You can tell one who is running a grocery shop, let me, you please give me that 1 kg weight or that 5 kgs weight. I want to get it checked. I have some doubt. It is not a 5 kgs. Or kindly prove it to me that it's 5 kgs and nothing less than that. You have every right to ask. He cannot tell you, no, I can't allow you to do that. He cannot be dishonest. He has to be honest and he has to prove it. Compensating consumers in the care of any problem. If you have some problem, you should be compensated. You have suffered from a loss. The cement that you have used is of very poor quality. It doesn't stay at all. Chunks come out. Ultimately, you come to know the cement that you have got was of a very poor quality. Now he says, you have used it already, what can I do? You can file the case in the consumer court now. And consumer court will give you justice. Lots of people in India still do not know how important is the Consumer Act. Lots of people have been able to sort out their grievances by way of filing their case in these consumer courts. It creates awareness to the consumers through consumer education. There are lots of books in the market. There are a lot of programs or the videos you have on the internet. You can check. They educate you. Even this lesson, what you learn, will educate you from this angle. Lots of people do not know there's an act like this. See, right to be heard. People will always be afraid to go back to the one who has sold out the goods, that he will bang you. How can we go? You have a right to go. Address your grievances. Get them addressed. Right to protect against hazardous goods. It's a hazardous goods. Or right to information. Ask about quality, quantity, purity, standard of the quality. When you doubt it, you raise a question. Right to choice, competition, variety, reasonable prices. You have sold it to me at a very, very, very high price. I came to know later. You have cheated me. I want to go to the consumer courts. File a case in that case. Healthy competition. With this, what happens? Even in the market, there will be healthy competition. That too, when they sell you goods over the internet, they'll be very careful in getting them priced because everything is got documented here. Documented here. This documentation will come to your help when you move to the consumer court. The day you purchased, where did you purchase? How was it delivered? Everything comes into picture. Then, right to consumer education, right to stop exploitation. All these get taken care of. So, as a citizen, we should know what is Consumer Act and how does it benefit the consumer. Now, in India, we have Central Consumer Protection Council at the center, Central Consumer Protection Council. At the state level, each state has a State Consumer Protection Council. They are always at your service. These agencies, they have been set by the government of India only to enable the consumers not to get cheated or come under the shadow of dishonesty and cheating. Here for redressal. Now these are the councils that run. Now for redressal, you have forums. You have a district forum. Every district in India has a district forum. They are at your district headquarters. Then you have the state commission. State commission. That's also a redressal dispensing point. They dispense and give you redressal. What is redressal? Whatever injustice has occurred to you, that gets compensated. That gets taken care of. They will not allow you to get cheated at all. They redress it. They correct it. Then at the national level, you have the National Commission. So you have the redressal commissions or forums at three levels. One is the district level, the other one is at the state level, and the third one is at the central level. Now I would like to just show you one or two goods items wherein they have become consumer friendly. How are they consumer friendly? Yes, packing is there. The item may be of good quality. Everything is fine. See, the contents have to be displayed. Whatever, it's a Choco flakes. Choco flakes you have packed here by quality. Quality, goodness inside that. This they have a beautiful cardboard cover, and the goods inside are packed well. They won't get spoiled. Everything is there. But in spite of all these, the Consumer Council has made it mandatory to exhibit certain particulars on the cover. Here, the contents have to be displayed. It has been given energy value, energy from fats, then energy from dietary fibers, the carbohydrates, total fat, proteins, total sugars. So, from the health viewpoint, whatever is to be given, if you have the knowledge of that, you can cross check how much of fats you should get per day, how much of proteins you should get per day, how much uh, one handful or 10 grams of this can give you, all the or whatever contents are there, how much do they hold, all this you will be able to know, and how it should be used. A breakfast for all, he says, take choco flakes, pour milk on that and have it. Besides that, here he has given on the cover, I just read it for you, maximum retail price. The trader cannot sell it at whatever rate he feels like when you go there. For a rich man, a different rate. For somebody from the middle cadre, another rate. For some poor man who may not have enough money in his pocket, he may induce by a lesser amount, but what is affordable for him, this he cannot do, because maximum retail price in the retail market, at what price it should be sold, it is printed there. It is given here 215 rupees. Whatever be the case, this box cannot be sold for a rate beyond that. You have to check it whenever you purchase goods. Besides that, you have the date of manufacture. How old is it? Now, this was manufactured on 4th December 2020. Nearly 1 year, 4 months over. No, 5 months are over. Not even 1 year, 5 months are over. Best before. Use it before September 21, 2021. After 2021, they can't be held responsible if the quality has deteriorated. In certain goods, you have the expiry date, especially drugs and all, you have the expiry date on them. But certain goods do not get decayed or spoiled. In that case, they may put it as best before use. Better you use it before this. Then batch number, it is given. In case the consumer, as per Consumer Act, you want to get the redressal, they'll come and check whether it was produced by them or some other agency, some group, some organization is cheating the public by bringing their own goods in the same kind of package and everything, or even the company will be able to go into details. It's all printed there. I have another goods item here. This is a powder from Himalayas, a drug item. Arena EP for controlling ticks, fleas and fungi on the bodies of pet animals. The picture is given. Usually they give pictures. Pictures are given for those who are illiterate, who can't make out what goods are there in the packet easily. Now here too, indicators, extracts, directions, dosage, everything is given. All these have to be given in detail. See, batch number is given here. Batch number. Next to that, September 2020, it has been manufactured. September. It is to be used before 2023 August. So you have to check that too. Sometimes if the person who is purchasing is illiterate or is in a hurry and doesn't want to go through all these details, they may sell even those goods expiry date of which would have been over. You bring it home, start using. You too won't know, and the salesman has been able to push it into your bag and you get cheated. But in case a shopkeeper tries to sell expired goods, he gets prosecuted by the Consumers Council. They raid the shops. They check for such goods. They can't be kept in the shelves even. They have to be removed from the shelves. He cannot keep them. They should get discarded. So it's printed there, and contain details, the manufacturing organization, their address, the phone number, in case the purchaser has to contact, all these have to be given on that. Now, let's just look into the three organizations. The district forum, it's given you a textbook in detail. The district forum, it's given you a textbook in detail. Please go through it. In every district, I told you, you have the district forum, a qualified district judge nominated by the state government will be the head. He presides over the district forum. It entertains all complaints where the value of goods and services is less than 20 lakhs. What you have purchased is an item which is less than rupees 20 lakhs. You have to go to the district forum. If it's more than that, you have to go to the state able to entertain at the district level. There shall be 2 members in the council, in the forum, of which one will have to be a woman. So, if you usually, for most of the things we purchase, it's the district forum which will come to your aid in case you want any redressal. Now, come to the state commission. It's at the state headquarters. A person who is or has been a high court judge is its president. He should be of the level of the high court judge. Then there shall be 2 other eminent members other than him who have adequate knowledge relating to consumers' affairs. They must have adequate knowledge of the Act. It entertains complaints of exceeding rupees 20 lakhs. 20 lakhs, but not more than 1 crore. 20 lakhs to 1 crore. If it is in that band, in that range, you have to approach the state forum, state commission. Now, of the 2 members it has, 1 shall be woman. Now, the third one is national commission. In case if it's of more than 1 crore, the deal is of more than 1 crore, you have to approach the national commission. They are empowered to deal with such cases of dishonesty or corruption or cheating. It is headed by the judge of the Supreme Court, who would be appointed by the central government. He will be the president of that commission. There shall be 4 more members. They will be people of eminence, people of integrity, people of good standing in public life. Of them, 1 shall be a woman. National Commission shall dispose of any complaints where the claim shall exceed rupees 1 crore. If the deal is of more than 1 crore, it will go to the National Commission. Now, all right, we have understood all these. If you go through the video, again go to the National Commission. Now, all right, we have understood all these. If you go through the video again, the second time or third time, go through it. Time or third time, go through it 2 times at least. You'll be able to understand. I come to the conclusion part. What is that? How to file a case? Yes, I have been cheated, sir. I purchased a washing machine. It doesn't work at all, sir. I paid 13,000 rupees for that, and it doesn't work. And the trader doesn't want to talk to me at all. The local distributor from whom I have purchased, he has really cheated me. It's the second-hand one. He has pushed it to me. He has got it painted. Okay, what should you do? You have to file a case. Because he doesn't listen to you. He doesn't want to entertain. You can tell him that you will be approaching the district forum now because you are not ready to hear. You don't want to redress my problem. I know you have cheated. I'll go to the forum. Then don't blame me later. You can say, now you have to file the case. How to file? Remember, there is no prescribed pro forma. Don't get cheated at this level itself. There is no pro forma for that. Somebody may say, I have a pro forma. It's rupees 100. No. You write it on a sheet of paper, your complaint, in detail, and file it before the district forum. The complaint can be handwritten. It need not be typed even. You can write by hand, or if you feel like, get it typed. Number 3, you should include your name, your address, your phone number, all these details, communication aspect details have to be mentioned properly. You file a case without your name and address at all. What's the use? They too come to know later. Where should they? Knock. So you should have the complainant's name, that is your name or the person's name if you are not the complainant, full address and the telephone number. Then the person or organization against whom the complainant is registering his case. Who has cheated you? Against whom do you want redressal now? So his name, his address, his phone number, whatever you have mentioned, that to give them. Now you come to the 5th part, very important. You have to make it very clear as to what is it you have purchased, how have you gone wrong, what is the loss you have incurred, what is the loss you have incurred, what is the amount of loss, that is what I mean, loss you have incurred from your angle. They will study it again later. And the bill, copy of the bill, don't submit the original. Copy of the receipt, if you have, everything, you get it added up. Make the file complete and submit it to the district forum. And know it well, there's no fee. There's no stamp duty. It's all free. You need not pay any amount. In between, a middleman may come to you. Sir, you do not know details. You pay me 5,000. I will handle the matter. I know what to do. I am here from last 10 years. You pay him 10,000 rupees and ultimately you get cheated. So you need not pay anything as stamp duty or the fees for the application. Directly you go and approach the district forum. And no advocate is required. No lawyer is required. If somebody says that, he is another dishonest middleman who wants to make money, who wants to earn. Remember very well. And for arguing your case in front of the district forum, you don't need a lawyer again. Usually people say, you need a lawyer. What do you know? You need not know anything. Before the district forum, you just explain in plain words when you are called as to how you have gone wrong, how they have cheated you. Explain it well, and they are consumer friendly. They will not work on the side of the trader. They see how you have got cheated and they will try every means to help you, to come to your help and see that your grievance is redressed. I think you have followed. Please go through the text and again you listen to the video. And from this particular chapter, you will have at least 3 to 4 marks questions. It's a very important question because even the department, educational department feels that you all should know about the Consumer Protection Act to lead a worthy life. Thank you. ಇದು ಭಾರಿ ಚೆಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲೂ